Everything I touch turns into gold now since I learned this. Everything I touch turns to gold now as I've learned online marketing on the internet. I wanted to write and share this knowledge about my past experience. I used to run a brick-and-mortar business. Actually it was a berry farm, raising mostly strawberries and some cranberries here in Oregon. In early 1990s, there was about 15,000 commercial acres of strawberries being produced for the processor or major buyers of the fruit. Well, that number has been driven down to a couple hundred acres, mostly for the fresh market. Why the decrease? Why, you may ask? Well, big thanks to our politicians, our government, for opening up North American Free Trade Agreement, called NAFTA. This drove down prices across the board because it allows U.S. import fruit buyers to buy cheap, inexpensive fruit from other countries at a steal of a price. There is no protection for the average farmer because the tariffs, form of protection, have been removed permanently. Anyway, I enjoyed the berry farm work while the times were good. I'll try to describe the work involved and the rewards it offered. Like in any traditional business, one needs a large capital base for the land leases and the equipment to run the operation. Also, the farming operation was extremely labor-intensive, where having some hired help throughout the year was needed, March, May, and August, October, with the major bulk hired help in June, the season for picking the crop. Once the crop was picked, all of it was sold to one or two processors in bulk. From mid-October through late February there was no work. The sun and weather did their thing to make the plants grow. So, for working under extreme pressure to produce a nice crop and getting the crop picked out in time in the month of June, our harvest month every summer, running 18 to 20-hour days non-stop for about 5 weeks. Some years were very golden. Berry farms do have their inherent risk. The weather, like late frost, or too much rain, or too much sunshine, hot weather, will take a toll on production and the ability for the crew to get the crop out in time without heavy rot setting in. This business is for risk takers. This business allows you to earn a percentage off other people's efforts, even though you give them a job. I expect to make a profit, where my labor costs less than half of what I sell the crop for. This gives me a nice profit, where I can keep 30% to 50% of the gross revenue for myself as net profits. There is no way I can pick 200,000 pounds of fruit by myself. It's impossible. But through organized hand labor it could be done. I get a piece of the action off each worker. Now, for you business owners, you're thinking how this all relates to me. There are similar methods to measure productivity in your own different businesses. Point 1 measurement is to do all the accounting at the end of each year. Formula: gross revenue, every dollar brought in, minus your labor costs, all of your employees, minus your overhead costs, actual expenses for leases, equipment, utilities, supplies, and office. Leaves you your net profit. I got into online marketing by accident. What I've noticed over the years was whenever I filled in an opt-in box, that person continually had something to send to me. Whether it was on a daily basis or weekly, they had a subject that they were discussing with me. And if it fit my problem, I'd know what their solution was. So, as I got more and more information from many people I subscribed to, I was noticing that they were online marketing to me. Interesting, I thought. I noticed this one fellow had sent me over 1,000 pieces of email in roughly 4 years. Speaking about dedication, I wonder if I could do that too. So I began. Little by little. Then more content. More information. Actually, there is a science to this and a gradual progression in the learning curve to all of this. And there is huge money in this. So, if a berry farmer can do this, don't you think someone who is more educated than me, like you, can do this also? I'll show you more when you get to my website. And I also picked up the skills on how to build websites and put systems together for the online marketing businesses out there.